Hello Aries, I am Jessica from Willow Vine's Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do your January 2020 reading. I'm not really focused on love, but they have gone that way, and I feel like it's because a lot of you tend to want to know about love and relationships. But if I see anything else, like especially work related or in your personal life, I will definitely say it. Keep in mind this is a general reading. It will not apply to every single one of you. I wish I could do that, but I can't. If you'd like me to pick up on your personal energy, please email me. My email is in the box below. I will gladly give you all the information you need on personal readings. It's on the community tab as well as my website. Check me out on Patreon. And I do have openings for personals. The energy right now that I'm sitting in, I kind of feel like someone is taking a step back and reflecting. Because something probably didn't work out, and it's just, I almost feel like I'm looking back over the course of my life, like where did I go wrong, or where did this go wrong? So if it's not something internally that you're trying to work on within yourself, then you're not blaming yourself. I almost feel like it could be within a relationship, like where do we go wrong, where do we take that wrong turn? And I feel like somebody's like heavily in this mindset, but it's weird because I also feel like whatever's meant to be will be. Like I know divine timing. I know when, when it's the right time, or if it's the right person or situation for me. And when I say me, I mean you, Aries. It will happen. Like you just know that what's meant for you will happen. But at the same time, I almost feel like you're trying to control it, or someone in the situation is trying to control it. So if that's not you, it could be the person you're connecting to, or just an energy that's within your own energy. So somebody who's kind of invading your space. Maybe I kind of feel like somebody's being forceful about a relationship. Like you don't want this to be a missed opportunity. Like kind of just, I don't know, I don't want to say hounding, but I feel like somebody is pushing the issue and almost breaking tradition. So what I see, for example, is, traditionally speaking, a man will propose to a woman. But I feel like the tables are being turned and the female is doing that to a male. And that's an example. That's not the overall story. I just feel like I want to step outside the box, or somebody around me wants to do that. And I'm not comfortable with it because I like things done the traditional way. Structure. We need to do A, B, and C before we get to D, kind of thing. So yeah, somebody's definitely thinking outside the box, and the other person involved, whether it's you, Aries, or the person you're connecting to, someone in this situation, they're more eccentric and they don't like rules. So that we have a rule breaker and a rule follower in this situation is what I'm feeling. And it could be a parent-child dynamic too, but I kind of feel like strong family traditions. There could be religious factors that are coming between you and somebody else. You could believe differently, or just your traditions are differently, and it caused fights. It could have caused the end of a relationship, so it could have caused the breakup. But if that's not the case, it's just, how will we make this work because we're so different? I feel like someone is just fly by the seat of their pants, and the other person is like, no, I have a job. I can't do this. I need to go to bed at 9 o'clock every night, and I shit, shower, and shave at this time. Like I have a structure. I have a structured routine and I stick to it. So I don't know if that's you, Aries. It does sound pretty regimen like you. We could be dealing with somebody who is in the service, or who was in the service. So they're used to that type of structure. They do things a certain way. I just feel like someone's stuck in their ways. They're just, it's my way or the highway, just because this makes me comfortable. Somebody could be dealing with OCD as well, because that's kind of an OCD thing. Like when people get in your space, you're like, you're fucking shit up. I know how that feels because I'm pretty OCD. So no judgment there, but that's just what I'm feeling overall. So the overall energy and or advice of this situation, the reading is by the book, which I wish my lighting was better. I need to switch this around. It's pretty much what I said. This is a regimen, doing things by the book. It's structure. It's not wanting to veer off the path. and it's being a leader. And Aries tend to lead anyways. I feel like this could be a family unit as well, and the masculine energy wants to lead, wants to protect, wants to provide, and have the mother and children, you know, kind of follow suit. And think of it as a same-sex relationship too. Someone's parents could be having an issue with that, so depending on where you live, your circumstances, and how you've grown up, because not every culture is accepting of, you know, gay, lesbian relationships, same-sex relationships. So I feel like someone's family could be having a difficult time accepting that their son or daughter, you know, is born that way, and that's the way that they want to live their life. So it's going out of tradition in a sense. That is definitely not for everybody, but I'm sure it's for somebody. I just feel that structure, like, you need to follow me. I'm the leader. We've done it this way the entire time, and I'm not ready to stop it yet. Like, it's worked for me my whole life. It's worked for my family. It's worked for the company, and we're not changing the rules. We're not changing the process. It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So it's kind of like a grumpy old man in my head, like, what? Why would they change the ingredients in my coffee? It's been like this for 40 fucking years. Now it tastes like dirt. Like, you know, that's what I hear. Like, something like that. So somebody does not like change. Drastic change, I should say. So I don't know if that's someone you're dealing with or if that is you yourself, Aries. But they're by the book. They're very strict. It's like, you know, I have this routine and I'm going to follow it kind of thing. So let's see. We'll get some clarifiers and see what this is. See if we can get more information on what it's exactly pertaining to, because that can be pretty broad and cover a big spectrum of things. It's also number 11. Breaks down to a 2. So I do feel like it has to do with relationships or partnerships of any kind. I feel romantically, so it's tradition. I almost feel like there's a man who wants to provide, and it's like, you know, you need to stay home and know your place, take care of the kids, cook, clean, whatever. And it's something that the roles don't want to be reversed, or they don't want to reverse the roles, or their family will judge them if they stay home. Like, there's some dynamic here that wants to be changed by somebody, but somebody won't change it. And I don't know if it's out of fear or if it's just because they don't want to be judged. They don't want their family to think, you know, that that they don't like the way that they grew up, or that they're going against the way the family does things. So this definitely could have to do with religion as well. If we're talking about work and career, whether you're the boss of a company or not, or you own your own company, I feel like there's a company that has there's a certain process that you're supposed to take, or like steps to take with each task, I guess. So if you're hiring people, for example, you need to get the application, put it in their file, do the background check. Like, there's steps that you have to do before you call them in to see them, kind of thing. And somebody's skipping steps, or they're rearranging them, and I feel like a boss figure does not like this, or a company owner is like, no, that's not how we do things around here. So somebody is trying to do things their own way and not follow policy, pretty much, if we're talking about work. Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, so that's really good. This is divine timing, moving forward, moving on from an ending, a betrayal, something that wasn't working out. Somebody's not looking back, because I just looked at the monkey and he's got a blindfold on and he's facing the opposite direction. So it's almost like not backtracking. So some of you, an ex might want to come back and you're like, no, I've moved on. This is not how things go. I don't do anything in my past. I don't backtrack. I look ahead. If you were supposed to be with me, you would have been with me. You would have stayed with me. Like, you know, I'm not I just heard I don't play second fiddle to anybody. So there could have been multiple parties involved in this situation. So it could have been somebody stepped out on somebody, and you just don't want to think about it, and you don't want to go back to a situation like that. I just feel like you want to move forward in a more structured way, like, because I feel like if I plan things, they won't get fucked up. Like, because then I can expect what's coming. If we fly by the seat of our pants and we do things backwards or we skip steps, it's gonna get ruined. It won't work out. Like, that's what I feel like. It's almost like we can't get married before we have a child because no, we can't have a child before we get married. I said that fucking backwards. Because we get married out of wedlock, what happens if we get into a fight and you don't want to stay? But what people don't realize too with marriage is that piece of paper isn't going to make someone stay either. If somebody wants to leave, they'll leave, and if they're meant to leave, then they will. I almost feel like somebody's rushing something. And somebody else is sitting here saying, no, it's okay, we'll take our time. Like, we don't need to rush. What's the rush? What's the hurry? Why are we speeding up the process here? We don't need to worry about that. I've been hurt in the past, so I'm kind of taking my time and just doing my thing. And I feel like that's why there's so much structure here. Why somebody doesn't want to veer off the path and take a risk. There we go. I'm like, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Somebody is not a risk taker, or they used to be and it burned them, and now they're like, nope, I'm rigid, I'm doing it this way because, like, if I'm too risky, I'm gonna get hurt. I've been hurt, I don't want to do that. So it's almost like sitting here, doing your own thing, focusing on yourself, on your career, moving forward slowly, and relying on faith in the fact that, if it's supposed to happen, it will. I feel like somebody's knocking at your door and you're ignoring it, basically. You're sitting here going, the universe will send me someone that I'm supposed to be with. I just need to stay focused and stay on my path. And I feel like someone's sitting right here trying to get your attention, trying to either go out with you, get you out on a date, just talk to you, something. And you feel like they're pushy. Like they want too much too fast, and I feel like you're turned off from whoever this person is, or vice versa. So recent past, what led us up to this point is the Four of Cups reversed. I'm like, how do I do this with getting the light in there? So that is not wanting to miss an opportunity, basically, because to me, this is missing an opportunity. Because you want to. Like, I have all this, I'm good, I got my job, I got my house, I'm all set. Yeah, that's a nice cut, but I'm not ready for that, so fuck it, I'm just gonna sit pretty with what I have. And this is not wanting that to happen. It's also not being happy with the status quo, like what you have going on right now, and it's kind of looking for that, and you're like, when's it going to happen, kind of thing. And I feel like you did miss an opportunity with somebody at one point, but it might be coming back around, is what this is saying. And then we have the Tree of Life. With that, I only wanted to pull 3 cards, but you got 2 in each pile, so it is what it is. With the Tree of Life, it's everything's connected. We are all one. Like, it doesn't matter what you do, like what your routine is, what you think is supposed to be done this way, that way. There's no wrong way or right way to do things. If someone's meant to be in your life, they're gonna be there, kind of thing. I feel like somebody's forcing something. You're trying. Some of you might be going back to an ex. You shouldn't be going back. You shouldn't be looking backwards. You should be moving forward, but it's comfortable. I feel like that's what this is. I know this makes me comfortable. I know your flaws, I know your quirks, I know you inside and out, basically. I know what this relationship will consist of, and I know I can handle it. I might not have handled it too well in the past, but I know I can handle it now, kind of thing. Like, I don't want new. I don't want to take a risk of falling for someone and getting hurt again. I feel like somebody's thinking about the past just because they're afraid that they don't have a future with anybody. And if that's the case, that's not the right way to go about things. Because our exes for a reason. Alright. Then we have the Ace of Swords. That is truthful communication. It's a new beginning. And I feel like it's from an offer you had in the past. Like somebody's being really pushy about this. I almost feel like somebody's trying to force somebody into a relationship that they're just not ready for, or that they just don't want. It's almost like convincing somebody, like, you know, we were good together, we were happy, we had our good times, and then somebody's saying, no, but we had a lot of really shitty times, hence why we're not together anymore, kind of thing. And I don't know if we can make this work. You know, you weren't open and honest with me. I'll be like, yeah, because you had an attitude problem, and every time I told you the truth, you got mad at me. Like, I just feel, I don't know where that came from, but I just feel like somebody's barking up the wrong tree, basically. They're afraid that things are not going to move forward in their future successfully, so they're going back to what they know, or that's what they're trying to do. I don't know if you're doing that, Aries, or if someone you're connecting to is coming back to you because it's comfortable, but it's not stable. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can now. This is truthful communication. It's not going to work. You know, this is needing a new beginning. Someone's looking back. That's pretty much all I have there for that. So, and this could have been what happened throughout 2019, what led us up to this point, because this is past energy. So somebody could have very well came back to you, Aries, and you shut them down, like, no bueno, I'm not doing this, no good. Or you did this and you went back to an ex and they're just explaining to you that, no, you know, we're not going to work. I don't want to go down that road again. Like, one of you were really hurt by this person, but it's almost like no matter what pain was caused, it's comfortable, it's familiar, you knew it. So it's like somebody does not like to veer away from structure, from their routine. And if a person is in that, they're going to go back to that person because it's comfortable. So that's what I'm getting there. Current energy, we have the Devil reversed. Oh, that's crazy. When I looked at it like this, I didn't even see the pentagram, but when I look at it in the camera, I can see it perfectly. Anyways, and the Knight of Cups in the upright. So this is fearing an emotional offer, or fearing making one. And he's facing the past again with communication here, like we're meant to be, you know, I want you back kind of thing. Some of you could be trying to go back to the baby mama, baby daddy, whatever you want to call them, just the father or mother of your children, just because it's comfortable. And they could have rejected you a few times, or you rejected them, take it where it fits. But I feel like somebody is fearful that it's either not going to move forward, or they're too afraid of rejection. I feel like there's two people here that they're splitting off. They're going in completely different directions because they're two complete different people. There's fear here about a love offer. I feel like whoever, say, for example, Aries, if you want to offer, if you want to ask somebody out on a date, we'll say it's someone you've been with, maybe your child's parent or whatever, mother, father, whoever you are, and where the fuck was I going with that? Oh my god. I feel like you're lost for words. You might think a lot about this situation, but you don't say a lot. I just feel a fear of rejection. So either you fear being rejected, or the other person does. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm getting with this. I feel very confused right now. Like I don't have all the information. So whoever wants to make this love offer does not have all the information that they need. You could also be dealing with Capricorn too, with the Devil energy, but somebody is sick and tired of doing things untraditionally. Like there's a situation that used to be traditional that is not traditional anymore because something was severed, ties were severed. So if you were married, you're not married anymore. Maybe you're still living with the person, and that's what's untraditional about it. And it's difficult because it keeps old feelings alive, because you see that person constantly, kind of thing. I feel like that would be for just a small percentage of you, but somebody is afraid to make an offer. There's fear of rejection here. Can I get more for the devil? Yeah, the Three of Swords. Somebody is terrified of getting hurt, but they love somebody. So I don't know if that's you, Aries, or if it's the person you're connecting to, but somebody here is upset about the breakup. This is an ex. This is you and your ex, basically, for whoever I'm talking to. The universe is advising you to move forward, to take your time, and not to plan as much, basically. You're barking up the wrong tree because you're comfortable, and you're kind of stagnant. I'm not moving anywhere right now. I'm not going in any direction because I am so afraid that I'm going to get hurt, that this person is the only person that I've ever really loved, and they're going to reject me. Or if that person that you love offers you love, you're going to question it, like, what's your motive? Why is this really going to work? So I almost feel like you want it, but you don't. You're like Jekyll and Hyde, splits you in the middle. One side of you wants this relationship and the other side doesn't, and you're terrified of rejection because I feel like a piece of you knows that this won't work with whoever this is for, like whoever you're trying to have a new beginning with. This is what's going to happen. It might be all hunky-dory in the beginning, because most relationships are, even if we rekindle them with an ex. I feel like somebody's just, they're afraid of getting hurt. But I do feel like somebody's willing to try. I don't think it's going to happen right away, but it's going to end painfully. Someone's going in the wrong direction, basically. So near future outcome, we have the Emperor, which represents you, Aries. This is standing in your power, taking charge of your life, your situation. It could also be being a business owner. Some of you could be your own bosses, or you work at a job where you have more freedom, so it's like you're your own boss. And then we have the Strength card reversed. With that, there's double fear here. There's like not having the courage to stand up for what you believe in. So I feel like you're still going to keep to yourself. You're going to focus on your work. You're going to focus on the daily grind, the routine, your structure, just doing things according to the plan, or basically you're doing things by the book. It's like, okay, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to pay this bill, I'm going to do that. It's just, you have everything in such a structured order. And I feel like that's what keeps you from losing your mind. It's like your sanity thing. It keeps your sanity. There we go. But yeah, you're going to take charge of your own situation. You're just not going to take charge of this love situation. Somebody's afraid of commitments, or recommitting, I should say. Not commitment overall, but recommitting to this person, especially because of whatever the dynamic was between the two of you. This is definitely an ex of yours. Somebody's afraid that history is going to repeat itself, and I can tell you right now that fear is definitely legit with the Three of Swords right here. This is a false love offer. I feel like it could be kind of Casanova-ish, where, I'm lonely, I haven't had sex in a while, I want someone to cuddle with at night, kind of thing. And then the other person gets attached, more attached than the person who initiated it, and then it's just a big old fucking mess because they end up getting hurt because the person who said, hey, you want to snuggle tonight, they didn't fucking want any more than that. They just wanted that. And that's not traditional. That's not by the book. Like if you think you should be married or dating someone, when you do Netflix and chill or whatever, and you're doing that with your ex, because you're friends, and you're screwing them every now and again, yeah, there's still going to be a part of you that's attached to them, and that is not doing things by the book. And I think it's kind of upsetting somebody because you want to move forward, but you just don't know how. And it almost keeps the love alive, and to an extent, you know, at least within one person, whether that's you, Aries, or the person you're connecting to. Someone is still hung up because they still have an intimate connection, basically. Well, a choice is going to be made suddenly. We have the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Someone's going to try to gain the upper hand in this situation. It's things not being just, not being fair. We have the Tower with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is in reverse. So to me, this is making a decision, especially in this deck, because he's tied. He's got his foot tied to this one, and then he's got his hand tied over here. So this is feeling stuck, like past, present. Which way do I go? I don't know what choice to make. This is, bam, I know what choice to make. Could be dealing with a Scorpio as well, not necessarily, but, or a Leo, or another Aries, or a water sign, Capricorn. We have quite a few majors. I feel like this is a major lesson for somebody to get out of this cycle, to be honest with themselves, to heal their broken heart without anybody, because sometimes we have wounds that we hang on to that we don't even realize we're hanging on to. As weird as that sounds, it happens. I feel like you fear, some of you could fear that your person is going to take charge of the situation. So this could be you fearing that they're going to take charge and suddenly make a decision that you don't like, the decision you don't want. I feel like there is a decision that's going to come out of fucking nowhere. Let's see what it is. What is this decision? And someone's going to feel at a loss with whatever this is. Like, I can't regain this. There's no coming back from it, kind of thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward. The World reverse, not knowing what to do, not moving forward. It's not closing out a cycle. For some of you, your ex might take you back, or you might take your ex back and repeat this cycle. I feel like it's a cycle you really, really, really do not want to. Yeah, with the Sun reversed here, you do not want to repeat this cycle. You don't have all the information you need, for one. There's not enough clarity in this situation, and someone is definitely not in their happy place. I feel like somebody is accepting this relationship out of convenience, like, yeah, I need money, I need a roof over my head, fuck it, let's do it, kind of thing. But all it's going to do is just repeat a cycle that you've already played out, and this is pretty much the danger zone. Maybe I should call it that. Dun, dun, dun. So, yeah, I feel like it's not a pleasant ending, for sure. The shadow side of the situation, or the underlying issue, either within you yourself, Aries, or the person you're connecting to, which obviously is an ex, is we have forceful, and I don't know if you can see that. It's not going to fucking focus, is it? There we go. I feel like forceful is your ex, either you or your ex, whoever wants this relationship back, whoever's trying. They're being very forceful. They're not going by the book. They're just like, you know, this is what I want. And it's almost like driving somebody crazy because you just keep saying it or doing it. It's like in those cheesy love movies where the guy will just keep sending roses after roses and apology notes and love notes. And I don't know, it's just one thing after another, trying to win his ex-girl back or whatever. I feel like somebody's really trying to push themselves on you, or you're doing this to an ex to rekindle what you had, or they are. I kind of feel like somebody, it's half and half. There are some Aries out there who are trying to do this to their ex, and then there's some that it's being done to them. And you're kind of just doing your own thing, and then boom, here they come. And then we have doubt, and there's a lot of doubt within this situation, within yourself, that this will even work. And I feel like that's on both sides. Even the person who's coming back with this offer, the one who's afraid of rejection, the reason why they're afraid of rejection and getting hurt is because they know this isn't right for them. I mean, how often do you ask somebody out and you're all terrified about it, and not terrified because they're going to reject you and say, no, I already have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. This is this person already knows you, and they know you better than anybody else. So that's going to be the final sword in your back, basically. It's like, I feel like somebody's going to take it out on themselves, is what I feel like. It's my fault. I suck at love. I suck at life. I fucked it up. There's obviously something wrong with me because they know me so well and they rejected me. Like, I don't know. It's going to make somebody have some self-esteem issues. I'm just going to say that. I don't know if this has already happened, but I feel like it's in your environment right now. So if an ex does come crawling back and you had a pretty shitty ending with them, or you have children with them, just be cautious, because this isn't for every single one of you. And if you want me to dive into your personal story, I can. But there's definitely some change coming, or change that needs to happen, and it's not happening. Somebody's afraid to be alone. They're afraid to be by themselves. They're afraid that they won't ever find love if they let this ex go, basically. And then what this person wants to say to you, Aries, or what you'd like to say to this person is, I just wasn't ready for you. So I feel like this is what they said to you in the past. If you've had these conversations, like, because this is recent past about wanting to start over, this person might have said, no, I need to work on myself. I have things that I need to do in my own life, but kind of kept you hanging on, which brought a lot of doubt, because is this person really coming back? And maybe you tried to push the issue, or vice versa, whoever said this. And I feel like this was it was a cop-out. It's like, I just wasn't ready. It's because they didn't want it back and they didn't want to hurt your feelings. And then you are an angel. So you two definitely think very highly of each other. I'm sure that you guys have remained friends. I feel like this is a dynamic between two people who do actually get along. It's just you have so many differences, like a difference of opinion, political views are different, your religious views are different. You're by the book and they're not. Like, that's what this is all about, moving forward to find someone or a new situation that is more beneficial for you, that fits who you are, because there's somebody out there for everybody. Like, you don't have to just go back to what you know. I feel like this relationship could have been fun because this person did try to take you out of your comfort zone. I just feel like whoever this was very stubborn about it. They don't change their ways. And I almost feel like somebody's trying to change for this ex. Like, I've made a decision to change. I want to work on this. I don't want this to end. But it's basically out of fear of, like, I don't think I can be in charge of my own life. I don't feel like I'm at my best when I'm alone, is what I feel here. So I don't know if that is you or the other person. Like I said, energy, vice versa, whatever. But yeah, there's definitely a situation here where someone wants their ex back. It's not a healthy situation. You really should move on, because it's going to end in heartbreak. We have someone who's by the book and someone who flies by the seat of their pants. Could be dealing with Sagittarius, because Sagittarius are like that, just letting you know. I don't know if this made sense. I feel like I'm all over the place, and I felt very confused in this reading. So whoever is going through this is definitely confused on what to say, what to do, how to get this moving forward, because ultimately I almost feel like I have tried everything I know to get this to move forward. I'm at a loss now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get this off the ground. So that's kind of what I'm feeling with that. But yeah, if it made sense, please like, share, comment, subscribe. The more you interact with me, the more apt I am to pick up on your energy. If it wasn't your story, maybe next time. Or I can just, personal readings. They're for you, not for millions of people. But yeah, that's what I have for you, my loves. I don't know. I feel like somebody's kind of sad too, like sullen, because I felt that in the beginning, and my energy is just very low. Like, this situation is very draining for somebody. I can tell you that right now. They're at their breaking point. They're at the end of this cycle. I don't know if they're going to fully give up, but they feel like they want to. That's what I feel. But yeah, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.